Hi, everyone. This is Valerie Beck with Intrepid Wellness, and today I'm talking about core values and convictions. Now, if you feel like your life has been kind of out of alignment with what you believe, if you feel like something is just not adding up in your day to day, then I want you to pay attention to this video. In my coaching group, Club Phoenix, we talk a lot about core values and convictions. We talk a lot about our beliefs and how they drive our actions. And every single person has values, but it's that sometimes we're not conscious that our values are outdated with who we want to be and where we are going. When we take stock of what we value, then we can really course correct. I'm a millennial, and I was taking this generational profiling quiz this morning, and I scored 100% millennial. And the quote for our profile was, "Adulting is hard, but self-awareness is goals AF." And it made me smile because that's so true for our generation. We really value being able to look at ourselves because it gives us the power to change course when we see that we're living out of alignment with who we are. And I think that makes us really strong as a generation, even though it could sometimes cause us a little bit of extra stress and suffering. We are ultimately here to make the world a better place, not just for ourselves, but for everyone else and for the generations to come. And I'm really proud of that fact. So all of my values that I use to guide my clients and my coaching group are geared towards self-awareness and personal change towards your unique calling and your unique gift. And so I want to talk a little bit about what those are today. And as we go through, I want you to think about if these are in alignment with you, and if not, what are your values? Because the nice thing about being aware is that you can choose. And so you may not agree with everything that I have to say about what my values are, but the beauty of it is that we are all our own people. So without further ado, let me tell you the 6 core values of Club Phoenix and why I think they're important. So the first value of Club Phoenix is freedom. Now, freedom is such a buzzword, especially in the United States. We are all about that freedom, and it is interpreted in so many different ways. But when it comes to my core values and convictions on freedom, I believe in the freedom of self-expression and our freedom to pursue our authentic alignment in this lifetime. And so that means that we get to develop the unique gift that we each have to contribute positively to the harmony of ourselves and others. Unfortunately, if we pursue freedom on a more selfish, egotistical level, it can lead to harming others because we will manipulate, we will behave in a way that may not ultimately bring joy, peace, safety to ourselves and others. And so it's important also that when we talk about freedom, that we're mindful that it's not just freedom for us to do whatever we want and to let our egos run wild, but that we consider also the harmony of everyone around us. The second value of Club Phoenix is action. And so action is what leads to results. And in a coaching group, and where my job is to provide the space for others to grow, there cannot be growth without actual action taking place. And we can do all of the wishful thinking that we want, but at the end of the day, the magic is in the actions that we are avoiding. And then I know I did not make up that quote, but it is a really good one. So whenever you are feeling stuck and frustrated, take a look to see where you are failing to take action and why you're resisting it. And find an accountability partner or buddy to help you support you through that. The third value of Club Phoenix is commitment. And when I say commitment, I mean commitment to yourself and building your self-awareness and really getting to know who you are and what it is you want to create in this world. The sharper your vision is for what kind of future you want to create, the more committed you will be to it because you know exactly where you're going. We can't really be committed to a wishy-washy idea because ultimately then we just continue to live in our heads rather than out here in the world with everyone else. The fourth core value of Club Phoenix is intrepidity or boldness, but I say intrepidity because we are Intrepid Wellness. And I truly believe that we're here not to play it small. We're here to do the harder things. We're here to take the scarier leaps. And unfortunately, the majority of people on this earth do operate from a baseline of fear or anger. There have been studies done on this, but I think it's also pretty clear just given the social and political climate that we all find ourselves in, is that a lot of the time we live in anxiety and we live in disempowerment. And it takes a lot to snap out of that, to really overcome it so that we live our lives in true alignment with who we are and our values. And to stay fearless in the face of adversity is a huge value for Intrepid Wellness and who I would like to welcome into a group like Club Phoenix. The fifth value of Club Phoenix is connection. I used to be very isolated, and it was when I was living in that baseline of anxiety, of fear, of depression, of negative thinking. And I was constantly thinking like, there's no one out here to help me. No one's interested in what I do. No one's here to support me. And the more I sunk into that hole, the more isolated I became. And I went to this trauma-informed conference a year ago or so, where they were talking about what trauma is and how to help people break free from it. And one of the most striking things that one of the presenters said was that the ability to feel included, to feel in sync with the environment that you're in, to be aware of your environment, is a way to bring someone back from that extreme place of fear and isolation that they feel when they are traumatized. And so we as a species, we are very dependent on one another for our needs, but also for our joy. And so connection is a huge part of Club Phoenix. The last one I am going to talk about today is curiosity. This is such a huge value for me because curiosity is what keeps us from losing our spark, from losing the ability to have fun when things get hard. Some people end up in their lives running away from every single difficulty, every single struggle, and they really lose out on their opportunity to grow because they're just so afraid of pain. But the thing is, like, if you stay curious to what you can accomplish, all of those little difficulties become less daunting in the face of who you could become, what you can possibly do, and where your life could possibly go. And if you stay in curiosity, you will be able to achieve heights beyond your imagination. So those are the 6 core values of Club Phoenix. I have also core values of my own that align a lot with these 6. I know I talk a lot about authenticity in my podcast and whatnot, but so I invite you to think about what your own values are. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video and if this gave you any insight on how you're living your life, and I'd love to continue the discussion. So let me know how it goes. I hope you're doing well, and see you next time.